As you can see, it's a beautiful summer day outside. Hundreds of people on the beach just soaking in the sun and having a great time. It's hard to imagine that anybody might be feeling sad at a time like this, but as we've mentioned before, there's a private battle going on inside each one of us. And that goes for all those people down there as well. So even on a day like this, when it seems like nothing could dampen our spirits, kindness could go a long way. It was a good day with Little Hurts today. And of course, I'm talking about the musical idea that came into our planning stages from one of you. It is really such a beautiful theme, and I'm so grateful that you were able to come up with that, because it inspired so much music to go with it, and I can't wait to show you. Before I show you the music though, I thought I'd bring you back to our planning chart. And you'll remember in the first video, we created this as kind of a guide to help us know what's coming next and how we're going to continue the piece and how we're ultimately going to end it. So you'll see the first section here, Building the Storm, that's actually what we saw in the second video. The music that was composed and I actually played for you. And that contained those little ripple ideas that represented the water rippling out, kind of like the way a kind act spreads among many. And then that ripple idea turned into some fiddle solos at one point. You'll remember those as well. And this whole thing builds up to a big climax, and that's pretty much exactly what happened. And following this now, I see we're at our Little Hurts section. Now originally I had imagined that to be a very short section and then this building up to a war inside, because as one of you mentioned, each one of us is fighting a private battle. So I thought it might be interesting to see how those hurts develop into that private battle. That's pretty much what happened here too. I followed this path pretty faithfully, although the times are a little bit different. I spent a lot more time here, a lot more time than 30 seconds, and I spent a lot less time than 60 seconds on the battle. But those are little things that you have to adjust as you're writing the music. And somebody also mentioned they wanted some great low brass parts, so I made sure to include those toward the end in the battle scene. One last thing I wanted to share with you is a musical problem that came up. Now, of course, you know we're combining your band and your orchestra programs for this project, which is a wonderful thing because we have so many people participating. But on the other hand, there are some balance issues that come up because of this. It's very easy for the brass and the winds to drown out the strings. And so that presented a kind of interesting opportunity. So rather than having the brass and the strings played together at once, I've taken this little accompanying idea with the chords and the strings and as it continues, the brass answer that. And we're going to see that pattern continue. So back in the strings. And then from there, the brass answer. So it's a way of making use of both choirs of instruments and showcasing them without having any problems with one or the other drowning each other out. So here's our second section. I'll begin at the end of the first section just so you have some idea of where we're coming from. And then as we get into the Little Hurts section, you'll notice I start to sing. Now, you'll remember there are 3 melodic ideas in the Little Hurts section, and last time I checked, I only had 2 hands. So, what's a guy to do, right? So, put up with my singing for now.